What's up, everyone? I'm Ashley Smashley. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to deal with shame. If you are new here, smash that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment below. On this channel, we talk all things spiritual awakening, the light and the dark, so we can become aware and integrate because that's necessary to become the version of you that can live out your infinite potential. And one emotion that you're going to have to integrate is the low frequency emotion of shame. Shame is one of the lowest frequency energies that exist in this realm. Okay, so carrying around all this shame, we have to face it and feel it and integrate it from a higher state of consciousness. And just like every other video, when I talk about processing emotions, yes, we face it and feel it from the higher state of consciousness, not only understanding that we wanted that experience, whatever experience we're feeling ashamed of. We wanted to experience that human experience. We created that experience. We chose it. We created shame from the biggest source consciousness from which we came from. We created all these low frequency energies to feel these emotions. Yes, it's part of the human experience. So when something comes up from your past that you feel ashamed of, and trust me, I have plenty of experience with this. If you don't know, I used to be a drug addict and alcoholic. I have quite the past. And yes, there's a lot of times throughout my life when all this shame would come up. And I had no idea how to deal with it. So now, when shame arises from something that I've done in my past, I sit there and I'm like, oh, the character is feeling shame, and sit there and allow the energy of shame to exist and know, hey, I am not my shame. I am not that experience. I'm not what I've done in my past. I created that experience. I wanted to experience that so that I can learn how to alchemize the low frequency energy of shame along this ascension journey. All right. And this is how we raise our vibration. We alchemize the low frequency energies that are weighing down our dominant vibration by becoming the creator. Creator consciousness will dissolve your shame. Okay. So, from your human perspective, the human feels the shame. You sit with it, say, oh, I'm feeling shame. I am not my shame. I wanted that experience. I created that experience. I created shame because I wanted to experience it. And yes, you keep it moving. And a lot of times the shame comes up because you're worried about what other people think about you from that experience. And you have to let go of the judgment of other people. You have to let go of worrying about what other people think about you. And this is a process. I've been dealing with this for several years. This is an ongoing thing. When shame arises, I now have a process for the shame. You experience it from a higher state of consciousness. And if you're worried about what the other people think of you, about you because of whatever it is that you did, you have to let it go in some way, some shape or form. Once you become more secure, you become more confident, you are going along this emotional journey of processing and releasing your emotions properly and expanding your consciousness. This will naturally evolve. You will stop worrying about what other people think about you and stop the people pleasing and all that nonsense that doesn't matter, because that's all just God, right? They're all just human mirrors reflecting back to us our energy and how we get this shame in the first place, right? Like, a lot of us are shamed as children for doing normal children things, or maybe not normal, but it's children exploring the world, right? We don't know any better when we're children, but our parents are carrying around their shame. So when they go to correct us or discipline us, they then project that shame onto the child. The child internalizes that shame, the energy of shame, and carries around that frequency for the rest of their lives. And experiences will continue to manifest in the physical, where the shame is reflected back to them. until you process and release the energy properly. We have to come up with our own emotional processing system that works for you. All right. Sitting there and feeling it from a higher state of consciousness, the energy will come up in the body. Okay. And this is why so many people constantly relapse, or they have addictions, and we all have our distraction tools, right? But I'm talking about like heavy addictions to drugs. It's because of this shame. And then obviously you're an addict, so you're doing other things that cause more shame, and you just perpetuate the cycle until you decide, I'm going to face my emotions. There is going to be no more relapses, right? I'm not going to allow myself to turn to drugs or alcohol because of the shame that I feel for who I am, right? That's what shame, it's like a defective. You feel defective as a person because of things you did in the past, and you understand that you are not those things. You created those experiences because you wanted to have them, and you wanted to learn how to do this process. You wanted to become a master alchemizer of energy. You wanted this ascension process. The return to unconditional love can only happen by alchemizing the energy of these low frequency emotions like shame. All right, understand you are the creator of everything. You created shame because you wanted to feel it. Okay, you wanted to have those experiences. All of the human experiences that you hand selected them as the creator of your own reality, and your external 3D world will continue to reflect these emotional situations back to you until you learn your own energetic alchemization process. So you can try the things that I recommend on this channel for different ways to process emotions, or you can sit in meditation and set the intention to come up with your own energy alchemization process. All right, figure it out for yourself. Not everyone's the same, right? So tap in and say, what the hell do I need to do to learn how to master my emotions, to learn how to alchemize the energy from these low frequency emotions? But ascending out of the human consciousness, it's through the human consciousness that we feel shame and we feel bad for things that we've done in the past, or we are embarrassed, right? When we ascend out of that human consciousness into creator consciousness and understand that you created all of it, the shame dissolves. It will dissolve, okay? And then those experiences, when the memory comes up, you won't ever have that cringe feeling about yourself. All right? And if it does come up, that's when you alchemize it. You don't turn to distraction tools and drugs and alcohol. Well, sometimes, right? Sometimes the emotions get a little heavy and we got to distract ourselves, okay? Give yourself grace in those moments, but don't give up on this energy alchemization process. All right, you can do this. You can face your emotions, and you can alchemize the low frequency energy of shame and raise your vibration so that you can manifest in your physical reality your infinite potential, a life beyond your wildest dreams, the greatest love of all time, everything you want and more, right? That's what we're doing here. That's what happens when you get on your divine path to unlock your infinite potential and you go down this road of emotional mastery. All right? You can do this. Alchemize your shame. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video.